To be 40 people here. Make yourself at home. If you're tired, I got an extra tent.
Florida reports a false homeless population estimate, but YouTubers and local news sources are running with this information like if it was true. On today's video, we're going to go into every one of these Florida cities that looks like they're having suspicious information and give you an accurate count of what the homeless population is actually like in these counties. Let's venture into the wild. And just so you understand to the extent that the state of Florida is going to hide information like this, they actually tried to pass a law in the state of Florida that would make it illegal for a YouTuber like me to make a video like the one we're about to watch. Luckily, this law was deemed as unconstitutional, but the intent was that if a YouTuber like me created a video like this saying that the state's information is wrong, then the state of Florida could sue me. We went in full detail into some of the most dangerous homeless camps in the country, and our coverage didn't just stop in the state of Florida. We've been in New York, Texas, California, Colorado. We have seen homelessness in the United States. But without a doubt, some of the most shocking content that we saw this year came from the state of Florida.
We're in Pasco County, Florida. They treat us like animals. They say that we stink. They say that we use the bathroom in public, that we leave trash everywhere. Well, if we're not allowed to go to the bathroom in a facility, what would they expect us to do?
What are you supposed to do?
Right.
According to the new homeless estimates, Pasco County would have 516 homeless people. Realistically, 1,700 would be a conservative number. The overdose death rate in Pasco is 58 per 100,000, about 5 times higher than Miami. If this number was accurate, Pasco County's homeless population would be about the same as Collier County where Naples sits. To say that Naples, Florida has roughly about the same amount of homeless people as Pasco County, it's a laughable concept.
They think it's a good place to stay. It's a attraction for like summer vacation and stuff like that.
Is he friendly?
Yes.
Okay. The overdose death rate in Lee County is 45 out of 100,000. They're reporting 560 homeless people. Realistically, this number is at least 1,200. Let's take a look at some of the highlights that we saw this year in Lee County, Florida.
No, it's the worst drug to ever hit America.
According to the state of Florida, Lee County's homeless population is just a little bit higher than Collier County, but we know it's actually significantly higher than Collier County. Did you guys catch that Lee County's reported homeless population was actually higher than Pasco County? That's not possible. We know that these numbers are not accurate. And the example of comparing Lee County to Pasco County, we know Lee County has a huge homeless population, but it is by no means larger than Pasco County. I've done extensive coverage on both of these counties, and there's no way that these numbers actually make sense.
North Fort Myers.
North Fort Myers, Lee County, Florida. So we're in front of an abandoned building. What are homeless people going to do for this hurricane? I mean, literally the hurricane's tomorrow, and I see homeless people in tents in the woods.
Yeah, there's no shelters. They haven't offered us anything.
So what is going to happen to the homeless people here in North Fort Myers? I mean, literally, tell me, like, what are you guys just going to sit outside an abandoned building for a hurricane?
That or, we go in the woods. Yeah.
Lee County, Florida has had an explosion of homeless camps. Let me show you guys on Google Maps one particular site that recently popped up. While Lee County, Florida wants to portray itself as a place of law and order, in reality, I don't even think we can call this particular site a homeless camp. This is more like a shanty town. It's that elaborate. I haven't been able to get access into this particular homeless shanty town yet. Once I finish my therapy, I'll hopefully be well enough to go in here. But this is a site we have yet to explore on our channel in detail. We've done some videos on the outskirts of it. Hopefully we can go in here soon. One of the most disrespectful reports out of all the reports that I've seen is coming out of Manatee County, where I currently live. Their estimate was 188. Well, they stepped it up to 595. That still grossly underestimates the homeless population in this current county that I live in Florida. Leon County, that is Tallahassee, Florida's capital, reported 594 homeless people. So in theory, Manatee County says that their homeless population is on par with Tallahassee. Of course, we know that's absolutely not true. I do believe that Tallahassee's population of homeless is accurate at 594. Now, I have talked to people in law enforcement. I've talked to ex-commissioners in this county, and I've talked to people who work directly with the Centers of Volunteering, and the real accurate homeless population of Manatee County is somewhere between 1,800 to 2,400. The places that feed the homeless are feeding between 1,800 to 2,000 homeless people in this county every single day. Law enforcement in Manatee County actually knows the real number of homelessness in the county. They're only reporting the homeless population that has a criminal record. All the homeless people in our county are registered criminals, and that's why we don't want to help them. When they run across elderly people who are disabled and actually need services, those homeless people on paper do not exist in Manatee County, Florida, and the reason they're lying about the problem is because they have no intentions to fix it. Of course, these numbers are not true, but YouTubers like The World According to Briggs blindly believe in these numbers, even though when you look at the actual information on the ground, it doesn't make sense. Crap, we even have homeless people living on the beaches here in Manatee County. Not only does Manatee County have a huge homeless population, it also has one of the worst drug crises in the entire state of Florida. According to these analytics, Manatee County's homeless population would be about the same as Naples, Florida's homeless population. Manatee County's homeless population estimate is 494. Realistically, between 1,800 to 2,450 homeless people live in this county, and the overdose death rate is 43 per 100,000. Let's take a look at some of the most compelling stories that we ran across in Manatee County while interviewing people in 2023.
Well, I mean, this life isn't for anybody, honestly, and I don't wish this upon anybody. I was on the streets since I've been 18, and I'm 30 now, so... Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, I carry a weapon on me at all times. I know that, you know, when a cop pulls you over, they're like, why are you carrying that? Well, you don't understand, officer. It's dangerous. I mean, I've actually gone through it. I've been... I was drugged. And I went through that, and I still have severe PTSD because of it, but that does not make me or break me. Even if they can't give cash, give a little bit of food, give a little bit of hand, give them a prayer, give them something, just so they have a willing of hope.
Especially when you got a job, you got to panhandle, make money, get food. When the guy got killed about a week ago, they kind of slowed down. What happened to the guy? He got hit by a car and thrown into a bus. Car ran a red light, hit another car. That car hit Henry and threw Henry into the bus. That is easier to mess with a homeless person.
Yeah. So when the cops pull you over and they see the 12 tattoo, I mean, do they kind of... How does that...
They don't like it. They don't like it too well, but...
They don't like it.
Man, don't do drugs. I mean, okay. that's why I'm here, and it's very difficult. My daughter's seen me do them, now she does them, so it's really hard.
It makes you feel like you're responsible in a way.
I am. I'm very responsible for it.
Does that weigh heavy on you, I guess? Yeah.
Very heavy.
I was stable. I had a good home. My kids had a good home. I was taking care of not only my kids, I was taking care of my niece and nephews. Never, ever did that cross my mind that I would ever have to be walking the streets or figuring out where I was going to live the next day.
Okay. Now, this guy literally lives in the middle of the median on Interstate 75, somewhere near Tampa. He told me that in Brevard County there was a huge homeless population. He told me specifically where the homeless camps were, and I actually went to Brevard County to see these homeless camps. And inside of this homeless camp in Brevard County, I saw one of the most heartbreaking situations I've ever seen. Let's take a look at that footage. This site was absolutely terrifying. More than a homeless camp, I would describe this place as an outright shantytown. Let's take a look at the horrors we found inside. To give you guys some background information, at this homeless encampment or shanty town, the people live by collecting palmetto berries in a wet swamp. In the process, a lot of times they get hurt or they get infections on their feet like this gentleman had here, and they were working. They were actually going into the swamps to pick palmetto berries, and that's how he got this infection on his feet. How about this? Is there anything I can buy you guys, like peroxide bottles or anything I can bring out here for you guys? But somehow she trusted us. She got in the car with us. We took her to the store, and we got them everything that they needed. You could tell that they had a really good relationship with each other, because her getting in a car with complete strangers definitely put her at risk, so she was willing to do this for him. I mean, I could just see that they were a great young couple. Despite the fact they were homeless, you could tell they had a great relationship, and it was actually a joy to be able to help them. Clean t-shirt. I literally spent $160 getting this couple everything they needed. I literally thought that if he did not fix his infected leg, he was going to end up having an amputation. And this is the crazy thing about being homeless. Something like a $20 medicine that would save your foot, any one of us could go to the store and buy it. There's people that will literally lose a foot to an infection or die from an infection because they don't have enough money to fix it. I hope you get better, man. Promise. Give me a hug, bro. I wish I could do better for you, man. Look, man. The real reason that Florida doesn't want to document the actual number of homeless people is because then they'll be obligated to help them, and the state of Florida doesn't want to help people.